If you're an INFJ, then you know this feeling. It's that quiet, nagging sense that you're just a little bit out of step with everyone around you. In this explainer, we're going to get to the very heart of why that is, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it.
And that right there, that quote probably hits home, doesn't it? It's not just about being shy or quiet, it's this really deep feeling of being invisible, even when you're literally surrounded by people.
So yeah, let's actually unpack that pain a little bit. It comes from a really strange place, a paradox. You want connection more than anything, but you so often feel like you're on the outside looking in, watching a world that just seems to operate on a totally different frequency. And I really want you to hear this. This is not a personal failing. It's not something you need to fix about yourself. It's baked right into the way your mind is wired. That intense desire to connect is in a constant battle with the very cognitive functions that make you so unique. So, how does this even happen?
Okay, let's get into the weeds here, because really getting the why is the first step toward feeling better. There are a few very specific, connected reasons you're programmed to feel this way. First off, it's just a numbers game. You are the rarest personality type, making up less than 1% of the population. Just think about that for a second. It means it's statistically really hard to just bump into people who see the world the same way you do. You're operating on a rare wavelength from the moment you walk out the door.
And at the core of all of this is your primary function, introverted intuition, or NI. You can think of it like this background supercomputer that's always running, connecting patterns and seeing the meaning beneath the surface of things. It creates this incredibly rich, beautiful inner world. But here's the catch. When you try to explain the insights you get from it, it feels exactly like trying to describe a dream. You know, it made perfect sense to you 5 seconds ago, but the words just fall apart. And this brings us to the other side of this whole paradox, which is all about your secondary function, extroverted feeling, or FE. Its whole job is to connect with people and make sure everyone's feeling good. But look at what happens. Your goal is to create harmony, right? But the result is you end up hiding what you really think and feel. You adapt to everyone else's moods, which means they never get to see the real you. The very tool that's meant to build bridges, ironically, ends up building walls. And all of this just keeps piling on. It's not just that your inner world is complex, it's that you process things on all these different layers that other people just aren't tuned into. You also have really high standards for connection. You're allergic to small talk because you crave something real and authentic. And on top of it all, you're constantly picking up on all the tiny subtleties, the nonverbal cues, the hidden agendas, the shifts in energy that other people completely miss. It's no wonder you feel alienated. It's like you're seeing the world in 4K color and everyone else is watching on an old black and white TV.
Okay, so we've talked about the why, but what does this actually look and feel like in your day-to-day life? Let's go over some of the common signs of this alienation, because seeing them laid out can be really validating.
As I go through these, just see which ones land for you. That chronic loneliness, even with friends. The sheer frustration of not being able to find the right words for a huge insight you just had. Becoming guarded and private because it's just easier. Or masking, having a different personality for work, for friends, for family. You might even start doubting your own gut feelings because no one else seems to see what you see. And of course, that deep exhaustion that comes from interactions that never go below the surface. It's a heavy load.
This one is just painful, isn't it? It's a moment so many INFJs know all too well. You have this brilliant connection, this idea that feels so clear and important to you. You try to share it, and then you get that. The blank stare, the polite nod, and then the conversation just moves on, leaving your idea floating in the air. It's a quiet little rejection that says, we don't speak your language.
Okay, so that's the tough part. It's real, it's valid, and it's hard. But here's the good news. You are absolutely not powerless here. Let's pivot now, because there is a practical and, I promise, an empowering path forward.
This right here, this is a total game changer. We have to completely reframe the objective. The goal is not to get every single person in your life to finally get you. That is an impossible, soul-crushing mission. The real goal, the achievable goal, is radical self-acceptance. and then focusing your precious energy on finding and nurturing just a few connections that are genuinely deep and nourishing.
So how do we do that? Well, it kind of breaks down into 4 really practical steps. Step 1 is where it all starts. Accept and validate your own experience. See your uniqueness as a strength, not something that's wrong with you. Step 2, work on refining how you communicate. Practice using analogies or concrete stories to translate your big, abstract ideas. Step 3, be ruthless about prioritizing deep connections. Seek quality, not quantity. Find your people. And finally, step 4, articulate your needs and set boundaries. It's okay to say no to things that drain you. This is all about managing your world, not fundamentally changing who you are.
And all of this really leads us to the most important, most powerful idea of all. And it has everything to do with that amazing world inside your head.
Please, let this one sink in. That complex, sometimes confusing inner world of yours is not a burden. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It is your sanctuary. It's where your incredible creativity, your deep empathy, and your startling insights all come from. You have to learn to embrace it for yourself, through journaling, art, music, or just quiet time, without needing anyone else on the outside to approve of it or even understand it.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on. What if you just reframed this whole thing? What if being misunderstood isn't a curse? What if it's just the price of admission for getting to see a version of the world that is deeper, more vibrant, and more meaningful than what most people get to see? What if it's actually a sign of your greatest strength?